Hey everyone, it's Fiction Crypto.
And Michael Lee XRP. Today we will be going over Xange.com. Xange.com recently launched on the ledger, and it is the first exchange of its kind on a global level. They are being delivered in partnership with the United Nations. We've already gone over their partners and researched ourselves, and man, there's a lot in store today for this video. We've really dived in deep on this one, and we have found some incredible partnerships and incredible missions and objectives for this company. But this regulated securities exchange, what makes it stand out is that it is the first of its kind where you can trade carbon credits and green bonds on a global level. So this is really incredible. And we found this actually from Crypto Airy and Bearable Bull. So shout out to them. And let's go ahead and dive in.
We have Fiction Crypto. If we see some information, we like to dive into it. So I think today you'll see that we may have found their token on the ledger and a couple other things. So let's get into this. Why Xange.com? So let's see what this is. Xange.com is working hand in hand with the United Nations Development System, the UNDS, to set up and manage the first securities exchange focusing on sustainable development goals, SDGs. So everybody get used to this terminology, SDGs, sustainable development goals. So they work with those types of companies meeting certain social responsibility criteria and will act in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030 roadmap. So, this is a company that's coming to the ledger. They've been planning this stuff out. And, you don't see, think about other projects when you go into investing, think about other projects. They already have a roadmap all the way extended to 2030. So this has already been planned, and they're just making their move now. So the specialist expertise in specific KYC procedures. KYC is know your customers. So, everybody's been used to this blockchain where you think is like anonymous or, whatever you may think, but it's going to be a time, and it's coming faster than what we actually think, where everybody's going to be verified. We're already being verified on the XRP ledger through the Xange wallet. So it's like, this KYC procedure is coming. So it's for the developing markets in supported infrastructure for safe onboarding. It's internationally recognized standards of AML procedures through global cloud-based technology. AML procedures are anti-money laundering procedures. So, they want to see if what people are doing with these currencies and assets. A modern architecture provides a cheaper, faster, and more transparent market insight, and it has unlimited scalability. So right here, the carbon emission blockchain, this is basically just going over why they're using the blockchain. They have these problems called double issuance. Double issuance means that more than one carbon credit is issued for the same emission reduction or removal. So basically, they want to put this stuff on the blockchain to see it more transparently and to avoid these errors in the old system, right? So, they're trying to replace these old systems by bringing these new systems in with these new protocols in, and you'll see we have connected a protocol that kind of connects the world. It's kind of crazy to think about it, that this project has so many partnerships. So they want to avoid double use. Double use means the same carbon credit is counted twice to achieve a climate target or goal. So Mike's going to read how Xange works, and then we're going to keep on going through this.
All right. So with Xange, you can allocate funds to projects in a more efficient, less costly way by achieving sustainable financing of growth with zero room for corruption. As Fiction was just going over, you don't have to worry about double issuance. and errors of that nature with the past technology. There is also a clear audit trail of the flow of funds used for sustainable development projects, SDG projects. And we have carbon credits, green bonds, as I stated earlier, and SG projects, as we've been talking about, and green funds. So with carbon credits, under the guidance of the United Nations, Xange.com will offer market infrastructure services for carbon credits. This collaborative effort between both parties would create a unique market position. We deliver a robust architecture for the rollout of a voluntary carbon trading ecosystem that will address many of the challenges encountered over recent years with a fully fledged approach that will prove to be an attractive platform for carbon credit buyers and sellers from both the end user perspective as well as the investment perspective. Our concept is loosely based on standard methods used in traditional commodity markets with the specific integration of well-founded existing technology to deliver robust automated processing at a fraction of the cost normally flagged for such implementations. Xange.com will be highly proficient in technology and deliver user-oriented solutions which align with the SDGs. Create a global carbon market as part of the Kyoto Protocol with a single carbon price. And we will be going over the Kyoto Protocol shortly. Introduce core carbon spot and futures contracts, establish an active secondary market, and implement efficient and accelerated verification.
And like Mike said, we looked into this Kyoto Protocol. You know, when we see these keywords, things attached to protocol, if you're in the crypto space, you need to just instantly look it up. And right here, you see they cover green bonds as well. On this page, we will have this in the link in the description. And it kind of just goes over green bonds and what they're doing. Their SDG projects. It says they're looking to establish unique securities exchange focusing on sustainable development group goals under the guidance of the United Nations Development System. So, you know, they are working in partnership with the United Nations. The United Nations works in partnerships and in accordance with all the countries in the world. Do you see how these people, these projects are coming to the ledger and their focus is working together in one accordance, interoperability? Do you see where this is going? So you see they have a section for green funds, and we looked up this Kyoto Protocol. And in short, the Kyoto Protocol operationalizes the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change by committing industrial countries and economies in transition to limit and reduce greenhouse gases. So they call those GHGs, greenhouse gases, emissions in accordance with agreed individual targets. The convention itself only asks those countries to adopt policies and measures on mitigation and report periodically. So if we go back right here, you'll see that this Kyoto Protocol is an international treaty. And when I seen this, I was going crazy. An international treaty which extended the 1992 United Nations framework on climate control and climate change. So this is an international treaty. Right now, we know we're having a problem in the monetary system with SWIFT and Russia. So, you know, if they have these type of treaties to work together on climate, and the United Nations is a part of that, I think a lot of this stuff that we see on the media is kind of a smoke and mirrors thing. So this is really, really big. I hope this is meaning what, you know, we believe it is meaning. Everybody is working together in one accordance. I think this SWIFT versus Russia thing is just kind of like, I think it's just a smoke and mirrors. So we'll go to Xange's LinkedIn. We wanted to find some more information. And right here it says, we are very pleased to announce that Xange is a sustainability a sustainability run securities exchange operated in partnership with the United Nations. This is crazy. We would develop a carbon credit solution on the carbon neutral XRP ledger. So Ripple is in accordance with the United Nations, with Xange. So that is why they're coming to the ledger and working with this technology. The carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger will be developed in accordance with the standards set by the Interwork Alliance. And Mike kind of really told me to dive into this. So I'm gonna let him read about this Interwork Alliance and the Global Blockchain Council and Taskforce. So it's a lot of government entities coming together and working with Xange. This is really, really crazy. So here is the Interwork Alliance, and this is what they do.
All right, thank you. So the Interwork Alliance is a nonprofit, member-led organization representing both business and technical expertise based on real-world projects and requirements. Our global membership is made up of leaders, adopters, innovators, developers, and businesses working to define interworking standards, representing the best practices for every use case the token-powered ecosystem has to offer. So you can see right here, they are focusing on, crypto, on tokenizing assets and bringing things to the ledger, bringing all entities, whether it's regular securities or whether it is green bonds and carbon credits. It does not matter. They are looking to have a token-powered ecosystem. So it will drive. Go ahead.
And what they also do, sorry, Mike, these companies that are coming together, the Global Alliance Council, they're working to define the standards of what these blockchains represent in the use case of the ecosystem. So these people are literally defining the laws. They're setting the standards, and you hear XRP is the standard. Why do we keep hearing these keywords? If you listen to people like Digital Asset Investor and Digital Perspectives, they tell you, look up these keywords, and you have to take these things into consideration. So Mike, my bad. I know I kind of cut you off. Did you finish reading this slide right here?
No, I'm glad that you jumped in, but I'll continue. It will drive business level interoperability, multi-party interchange, and trust by platform neutral when defining tokenization standards that deliver value across applications and network. And that is the Interwork Alliance. And they are in partnership, or they are a part of the UN.
So we'll go over to the Global Blockchain Business Council. The Global Blockchain Business Council is the leading industry association for blockchain technology ecosystems. Conceived on Sir Richard Branson's Necker Island, the GBBC is a Swiss-based nonprofit launched in 2017 in Davos, Switzerland. So we all know in the XRP community, Davos, Switzerland, these things, these places, these events have taken place in the past. Those are just another key terminologies that you need to know. So the organization brings together innovators and thought leaders from over 76 jurisdictions and disciplines to further adoption of blockchain technology by engaging and educating regulators, business leaders, lawmakers on how to harness the groundbreaking technology to create more secure, equitable, functional societies. This to me is so crazy because what they're doing is another way of, hey, we are the Global Blockchain Business Council. We understand this technology. So we are the biggest businesses in the world, and we're going to educate the lawmakers because the biggest businesses in the world are the people who control the show. The government does not control the show, the big banks do. So you see, they come right here and they educate the lawmakers, business leaders on how to use this technology. And this is why these companies are coming to the ledger. And right here, we'll go into the Interwork Alliance website. We really didn't go too deep into their website because I like to look for partnerships. And we went over here to the task force. Give me 1 second. The task force on scaling voluntary carbon markets. So this is TSF or TF, I don't know, VCM. Sorry about sorry about that. Kind of chopped that up. And right here, Mike, we were going crazy over the partnerships. So, do you see anything that you know about on this list right here?
I definitely do. First off, I'm sure most people can already see Google, Goldman Sachs. We have, who else do we have on here? Coca-Cola, Shell, BlackRock. Come on now, BlackRock, only the biggest private equity firm in the world. HSBC, which is another huge bank. We got some big schools. We got Oxford, we have Harvard, and we have Berkeley. But then one that I want to point out, their city, but the one that stuck out to me was CME Group. For those of you that don't know, CME Group is Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right? They've been around for over a century, since 1898 to be exact. And they are especially known for their agriculture exchange, for their agricultural market, right? Of course, they have, the foreign exchange, equity indices, interest rates, bonds, all the good old asset classes, but their agriculture market is the top one in the US. My father's actually a farmer. He raises corn and soybeans. And so he often checks CME's or the Chicago Mercantile Exchange for their prices because, he is signing contracts every year, replacing contracts to sell off his grains. So they are the top agriculture market in the US and among one of the top ones in the world. So, you can see that list is quite diverse with some heavy hitters, no doubt.
Yeah, really. And some I would like to go over as we see these bank connections. You see Bank of America. I seen Citibank right here.
Netflix as well.
Netflix, and even though that's not a bank, is right here. It's funny because these programs, they have to reach every aspect of the consumer industry. So this is what we see right here. We see Unilever. My family has a business that I don't do. I'm not a part of it, but we sold a lot of Dove soap. Unilever creates Dove body wash products. And, it's just really interesting to see Mitsubishi.
I don't know if, yeah, there you go. I was just about to say.
Yeah. What were you going to say on ISO, bro?
I mean, it's just right there in front of us. We see another international standards organization, specifically ISO, but they just happen to be in partnership with the IWA, right? The Interwork Alliance.
Yep.
And wow.
It's really crazy to see these connections for us. We don't know everything on all of these connections, but we're smart enough to figure out that, something big is going on behind the scenes. And we definitely want to put this out for everybody. So, this will also be in the link in the description. And right now, we see Morgan Stanley as well. I mean, like, come on. It's just black. It's so much on here. And you don't see Ripple on here. Unfortunately, I was looking for it, but Ripple has a partnership with all of, majority of these companies. And I would have to actually say all of these companies, because if one company, which is Xange, is in this alliance group and they're working with Ripple on the XRP ledger, they have to be in accordance with each other. These corporations don't work together if they're not in accordance. The SEC, what I feel like, is suing Ripple in this technology because it's not in accordance with the set law right now. So what's going to happen is that set law is going to go away And the SEC and the government is going to get in accordance with the Ripple protocol and the international protocol that is being built for everyone. So you see the list of banks and stuff right here, linking Ripple to some of these partnerships. And this is speculation. We did our snooping, we did our research. We wanted to see if it was a token or a project on the XRP ledger. So we went on Zoom.community and we type in Xange right here, or Xange. I don't know if it's Xange or Xange. And we found that it has 2 tokens under the same issued address. One is called Xange, which you can get on the DEX and put in the order. It's trading. You see the volume, 24 hours, it changes every day. And then what was interesting was the other token called Sand. So I don't know if this is their token. So this is not financial advice. This is purely speculation right here. You know, this is interesting to me and Mike, because, you know, they talk about tokenizing carbon credits and all these other assets. I wonder what Sand is. Is it tokenizing the sand industry? I don't know, because it's a lot of stuff that people do with sand. It's a big business if you think about it. So, you know, this is just purely speculation. We're going to cut this video out now. We appreciate everybody coming into the Fiction Crypto channel, and please do your research. We will have all these linked in the descriptions. So it's Fiction Crypto
and Michael Lee XRP. Thanks guys for tuning in.